So hi everybody, we are going to play with decorating up some pumpkins, and I've seen this happen many a time, or seen the varieties of these, and you could definitely use a crafty pumpkin versus a real pumpkin, but I just happened to see these and they were about 50 cents a piece at my store, and I wanted to glitz and glam this up. So this is just your standard tiny little decorative pumpkin, and we are going to have some fun playing with some different kinds of glitters here and some sequins. And what we're going to use to hold everything on, I'm just going to move these guys off to the side right now. What we're going to use to hold everything on is gem tack glue. I'm going to do some of these other pumpkins live on a Facebook event that will have happened after this video went live, so I will link it. So the basis of what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of paint your pumpkin where you want to have your glitters, and then we're going to add in our sequins as time goes on. So the glue we are working with is called gem tack, and this is perfect for any kind of rhinestones, glitter, pearls. This is glitter glass, sequins, anything that's small that you want to apply. It's got a little bit of a tack, but it's got some play, so it's not going to dry super fast while you're trying to place things in a very delicate manner. So we're going to actually paint this on. And when you're painting with glue, you're going to want to use some sort of a brush that you really don't care about. And when you're done using it, you need to go wash it pretty fast. So if you notice, I just put a little bit of glue. I'm going to get some of this on here. I'm going to coat my stem pretty thick. So I want to make sure I get in everywhere, because I'm trying to turn this into kind of a goldish looking pumpkin that's like dripping with gold. Starting with thinnish glitter up at the top and then dripping down to larger stuff. I'm going to need a lot more glue. So I'm going to pour a whole bunch in here. It's the beauty of having two different caps, is that you can actually take this and pour tacky glue, and that's what's nice, is that it's going to actually kind of grab it and hang on to it, and but it's faster drying. It's not going to take forever to dry. Some of this is going to dry before I actually get to the rest of it, and that might be a little too much, but you don't want to oversaturate. But I want to get into all those little nooks and crannies up here, so that's what we're going for. Get in all those little spots. We don't want to have, we want to see some orange popping through, but we really want to make this pretty goldy looking. So get in there. And the glue is going to also kind of help seal your pumpkin. So now I'm going to take it and do some kind of strands. You know, we're going to kind of have it drip down a little bit. We're going to place some more with the sequins and kind of fill in the gaps. Right now you're just kind of creating layers and kind of some fun spots. So I'm dabbing and not streaking, because when you streak, you're not getting a very good coat of the glue. And what I have this resting in right now is called a tidy tray. Collecting all your little bits. You can use this for embossing, you can use this for all kinds of stuff. So just really get in there. Now we're going to start off with our thicker glitter, and this is just glitter glass. And I'm just going to shake it and hopefully get into my little tidy tray. No, it's not perfect. Try and get on here. Now I'm going to go in with my glitter. And I don't want to overdo it, because I'm going to end up trying to save as much as I can. So use my fingers, kind of run it down, trying to catch it on the glue. And I'm going to try and pick up what's on here. I'm also going to take just a dry brush I really don't care about, one that's kind of yuck, and get in there to help kind of push in to all those little nooks and crannies that may have gotten missed as I was pouring it down, and then kind of pulling it down onto here. She goes really fast. We're going to kind of roll our pumpkin. Okay, take it. Notice how some of it's kind of, so now we're going to roll our pumpkin. Pick up some of the extra where the glue hits. Kind of pick up and sprinkle it on. And yep, you're going to get covered in glitter. Alright, so move that up to the side. You really want to make sure you shake this well. By no means dry, but it's getting there, and now we've got kind of a really cool glittery pumpkin, and here's it from the side. You can really kind of see. And so now we're going to go in and we are going to add some sequins. And so I keep all my sequins. I've had these for ages, and I know my hands are glittery, but that's okay. They're just going to get worse. So I'm just going to pull out some gold ones, and it looks like I've got 2 different tones of gold, which is absolutely fine. You could actually do this pumpkin, this effect, in so many colors. You could do this in black, you could do this in purple, you could do this in silver, gold, white. They're all just fabulous looking. This right here is called a quick stick, and this has got a sticky end, and it's perfect for picking up little things like sequins where they get stuck on your fingers. So I'm going to take a little bit of the glue and be very careful not to hit the thing, and I'm just going to draw a line. And I don't want it too thick of where I want to have my drips come. So this is kind of like my glue line. And some of them I want to drip further down. Go in and just kind of connect. And this is because it's going to sit here and kind of dry a little bit. It's going to get even more tacky. So it's going to have an easier time letting my sequins stick to it. So I'm going to do a short line now. You don't want to overdo it. And if it kind of drips, just follow it. It's going to want to do a little drip. Don't worry, this glue will dry clear. So no worries about that. So now we got our glue on there, and make sure you kind of clean this off so you don't want to have glitter on it. I just got more glitter with my hand, but I'll go back and clean that off later. And so now at this point, you're going to go through, and you can see where I've got the strips going, and you want to add all of your sequins. So it's got a nice tacky feel to it now, and you just kind of pop your little sequin on there. See how it's grabbing it? You're just going to kind of layer them in, and it will hold fast. Takes a little bit of time. You just go one at a time. Pop them in. And I'm going to speed this up so that way you can see just go a little bit faster. So in my bag of pumpkins, I got these little round ones, and they don't have, I mean, they have grooves, but they're a little hard to find. And then I also got these kind of lumpy, fun, bumpy ones where you have definite grooves in here. And I love playing with the natural feeling of the pumpkin. So the roundish pumpkins are perfect about, you know, I kind of created some own grooves in here. And I did add some extra sequins. As you can notice, I put a few extra sequins just to kind of add some more to it and kind of give it some more oomph. But the lines here, these guys are dry, 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 and it is good to go. Oops, that guy's not dry. Up here, it is so dry, it's great. So this little guy is done. But what we're going to do with this is we're going to have fun and kind of play with the lines that are already there and adding sequins into the little kind of nooks and crannies. Some of the sequins, and this time we're going to go with kind of a clear iridescent feel, just different. You know, I'm kind of going for just metallic colors on the orange. You could easily take these pumpkins and paint them white and they would look fantastic, or a cream color, and they would look fantastic with all these metallic colors that we're playing with. So just like before, we are going to take our glue, and I'm only going to do a couple of trends at a time, and I'm not too worried about the bottom because it's going to sit on the bottom, but I want it to come down. So I'm probably going to hit to about here. So I'm going to run my bead of glue, and maybe I'll add some sequins around the top. I haven't quite decided that yet. Run my little bead of glue, kind of staying within the line here, and go like that. Now I have done another pumpkin, set of pumpkins, where instead of putting sequins on here, I took rope. I did that last year. And they look really super cute. They're very rustic looking. And I just took, you know, just a canvas, like a natural color rope, and had fun with that. So all you're gonna do now, just like we've done before, is you go through and you add your sequins in and the little nooks and crannies. It's not wanting to get, that's part of the reason why you have to almost let this glue sit for a little bit, so it gets better as we go along, because then the sequin will come off the tacky of my stick and attach to the pumpkin better. And these little sequins here are pretty translucent. You're seeing it pretty good. You're seeing the pumpkin color coming through really good. Now, as you get into these little nooks and crannies, it's pretty. You're going to have to kind of skew your sequin a little bit to the side Otherwise it's not going to catch on the glue, because it's going to be, the glue's in the well of the pumpkin and the sequin's going to kind of rest on either side of the hump. It's like the glue is between my hand and the sequin's just resting on top, and it's not catching the glue, so it's going to fall off. So just kind of off center it just a tiny bit. Not much you can do about that. If you need to grab another tool to kind of help make sure it gets, because that's why they're not sticking very well, is they're not catching in the glue. So just kind of off center them. You're the only one who's really going to know that they're not perfectly in line. And as you go down the line, they're going to get better because they're going to catch into the glue. So you'll be good to go. So here I'm getting to the bottom, and I'm not too worried. As long as they're kind of going down the line is where I'm happy. So now I'm going to work on the next line and speed up again. So I'm going to finish doing this one on my live video where I'm going to go on Facebook. We are also going to do a few others live, and so you're going to come back and find a few others. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of this one as well. And this one we're going to do in a silver, but we're going to make it look like it's a spider web, so it's kind of cool. It's going to look really kind of unique and different. And then we're going to try another one that's got spots, and then we're going to do another one white spots, and another one that's pretty much like this guy, but in silver. So we're going to do parts of these, and I'm just going to speed through that. So some white dots, some silver version of this, and then a silver spider web, which is pretty cool. I will come back when these are all completely done and show you all of them after I do my live video on Facebook. All right, so I went ahead and did a couple more little spots. Thank you very much, Catherine. She's handing me my tools. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this. So I did a live Facebook video, and I'm going to link that video here where I did the rest of some of the pumpkins. I didn't finish them, but I got them started. Thank you, Catherine. And right now I'm just going to go ahead and finish up. So let's take a look at all the pumpkins again and where I kind of got going with them. And then I'm going to quickly finish these and take some final photos of them. So here's what I call my frosted pumpkin, where we took this glimmer glass. It's called angel dust. So here are diamond dust, not angel dust. I like to call things, it looks like angelic to me. So here, Twinklet's Little Angel Dust. This is by Floracraft, and it just is a really cool kind of shimmery, it's a glass type thing, and it just makes everything look like it's, you know, frosted and sparkly in diamonds. So this is the pumpkin where I had done the lines down the center using this iridescent, and I need to finish this line right here and finish a little bit here. Most of the other parts of it you saw me do, and I might add some more sparkle. I haven't cleaned it up yet from the tidy tray when I did my online video, my live video. And so I'm going to go ahead and kind of use a little bit of this to help frost this up a little bit more. So that's another pumpkin that we have just to finish up. On the video, we also made the glitter pumpkin in silver. And the last thing I need to do on here is add a few more solid lines, kind of streaming down. I did some, but I didn't finish it. So that's another one I need to kind of finish up. And it's basically mimicking this gold one here. So there we have a gold and we have a silver version of the pumpkin. And it's just, they're just really pretty. So I need to finish up this guy. And this one has got this iridescent, kind of a clear glitter, and then big chunky silver glitter. So this is the big chunky glitter, silver glitter that I used. It's just called Glitter Glass in Sterling. It's the same as the glitter glass I used on this one, but in gold. So I did not have silver glitter for this one, which is why it wasn't that color. And the last one is our spider web. And this is the one where it's going to end up looking like a spider web. And I got the beginnings, but I just need to finish. And I know I need to finish around the second row and then definitely do the third row. And I think that's as far as we're going to go. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to a fourth row yet. And then maybe add a cute little spider on there if I can find one. So that's the stuff I'm going to speed along. I'm going to start off with my dot pumpkin and finish doing that. I am running out, and this is the end, whatever white you see down here, that's all I have left. So I'm going to work with what I got and continue gluing up and making my pumpkins. So I went in and I found a few fun blingy pieces I'm going to add to these now that I've done all of my sequins. Those are kind of cool. But now I just want to add the next level to this. So I don't know if I'm going to use the big ones, but I really like these small enamel dots. These are kind of the clear, and I thought I could add some to here. And then these guys here, I thought I could add into this. And I have the gold that I could add onto this guy. So I'm just going to kind of play and add a few of these. I will probably, because there's so much stuff on these, go ahead and add extra glue to them to make sure they really do stick on there. We just added a few more sparkles. This one I added a few more dots. I'm just going to have some fun with it, with those enamel dots. Really pretty. We added a few of the gold enamel dots on this one, and then here we added some little faceted sticky back gems. I didn't do anything with these two, I just left them plain, but you know, it's instead of sequins, if you had gems like this, you could easily do this with gems. It really depends on what you want to go for. I just had a ton more sequins than I had gems, so I just kind of added to it with my gem quality. So thanks for stopping by. I'm going to get some pictures when these nice and dry. I got to let all the glue so we don't see the white parts show. This one's already starting to kind of dry up a little bit, and I will see you guys again soon. Please subscribe. Bye-bye.